Hello everyone, my name is Seth, and today I am reviewing 3 different kids' study Bibles. I purchased all 3 of these on my own from the Christian bookstore. There was no endorsement, no sponsorship, no request for me to do this. I did this for my own research and for the research of my students and my friends, and I wanted to share it with you. So what I have here is I have the Armor of God Study Bible in the King James Version. I have the Kids Study Bible in the King James Version by Kids Bibles, and I have a Holman Explorer Bible for Kids in the King James Version. Now, the first one that I want to address is the Kids Study Bible here with the blue. I think it's really fun that they put this star on the front, and I ordered this in blue, and when they advertised it to me, they said that this would have a leather-like feel to it. Now, it does try to impersonate the leather-like feel, but these are very flimsy covers that this book comes with, unfortunately. I feel like if I were to bend it, it would crease immediately. I'm not going to do that for this video because I'm actually going to return this book because I didn't find it to be what I was looking for in a Kids Study Bible. Durability-wise, it did not pass the test. And when I open it, I want to commend the people who made it. It does have a couple of colored page inserts, and it has some fun facts, such as did you know? And it has questions that try to make you ponder the Bible lesson that you're reading. And there was context in this one when I opened up to Joshua chapter 6 that I did not find in the Armor of God Study Bible or in the Explorer Study Bible. So that was impressive. So any of these would be great for a child to study with. If you're looking for the most affordable option, this is the one that you could go with. I didn't like the cover and the durability of it. It does not come with a ribbon, so it's hard for a child to mark their place. It's not indexed, and I don't believe this one comes with any maps in the back. It does have a little page for like notes if you wanted to jot something down. But the other thing that really made me want to return it was they went with a blue and black color scheme in the printing. And while that was okay, I thought surely the words of Christ would be in red in this book, and I found that they were not in red. So in addition to the durability of the book for a child, I wanted the words to be in red, and I found that that just was not the case. So that's the Kids Study Bible, and that's a quick takeaway. Now, I also want to open up this one. This is the Armor of God Study Bible in the King James Version that I got. I like this one immediately. It has the gold leaf pages, and it has a very nice gold ribbon, and this cover is very pretty. I think this would be good for either gender, but they also do sell it in purple. And when I open it up, I love the introduction pages. They're colored and they have more detail than what I found in the Kids Study Bible. And this book, out of all 3 of these, is probably the one that I think maybe an older child between the ages of 10 and 15 or 12 and 15 would want to have in church while they're listening to the sermon. The reason being, these other Bibles have things that are a little more poppy and a little more distracting to me, where this one, it has little inserts like you see here and the introduction to the book, but this is just a verse that it is referencing here. And that's what this Bible does, is it just highlights specific verses. Sometimes when you go into this book, you'll find highlights. I like how they have titles above certain areas of the book. They separate the paragraphs. That's really good for a child trying to read it. And as I mentioned earlier, the letters of Christ are in red. Now the bleed through on this one is not that bad, so I like that. I feel like this one might actually have more bleed through in certain areas because of the way it was designed and printed. So that's my takeaway, and I love how durable this cover is. You feel it, it's soft to the touch. It feels like I could bend this and it would be just fine. I'm not going to bend it, but it feels like I could. I'm going to keep this one. And I do like that in addition to that, this one has maps in the back of the Bible, so that's good. So this one is my take it into church if you have an older kid. Let them use it, let them study with it. But then I'm going to come down to the fact that this is a kids study Bible video, and the one that I actually found to be the winner is by Holman, and this is the Explorer Bible for Kids. I love this cover. This is very similar to the Armor of God Bible in that it's soft, but this one has a threading at the top. It has a more genuine look to it, and it just feels very solid. The pages on this one are thicker than that of the Armor of God Bible, which means, to me, they might be less likely to tear. And I opted for the index thumb on this one, so a child looking to find a specific book of the Bible can use that to help them, and it will teach them the index thumb at a young age. I think that's a wonderful thing, because I like the index thumb. This one is very kid-centered. You see immediately on the front, it pops when you get into the first page, and there are a lot of inserts in this one. So you might say, well, Seth, why would you not recommend this one for a child who's 10 to 15 sitting in a church service? Well, I'm going to show you that. This book, in addition to the introduction to the books of the Bible, has a lot of inserts in it. And if someone's trying to listen to a preacher and trying to follow along with him, they could easily be distracted by these inserts. But the reason I say this one wins for kids is because it's going to engage them in questioning God's Word. And you want them asking you questions. You want them telling you little facts. You want them to understand what they're reading. And this Bible provides context. It has archaeological photos. It talks about trumpets in Joshua chapter 6, for example, when they're talking about the trumpet sounding. So why it could be distracting for an older child trying to listen to a preacher in a service, this is a great study Bible. What I would hope is for my children to be able to use this one first, and as they get older, I'm going to say, okay, you can still have this Bible, and you can still study with this Bible, and you can use it, but whenever you go into church service, I want you to take this Bible, because I feel like you'll be able to follow the preacher better if you have less distraction in the service. So my two winners is the Armor of God Study Bible, and this one is by Thomas Nelson, and then the Holman Bible, which is the study Bible for kids, the Explorer Bible as they call it, and they're both in the King James Version. They both come with a ribbon. I love the ribbon on this one. It's a nice deep brown. I love how the numbers on this one specifically pop if you're looking for a chapter. This one's going to help you find the chapter the easiest. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, with the Armor of God Study Bible and with this Bible that I'm holding in my hand, you are going to find that there are highlighted verses and the words of Christ do appear in red. And that was very important to me because it helps a child distinguish who is speaking in the New Testament when Jesus is present. So, with all of those things in mind, let's talk about price. The Holman Bible, the index thumb, is going to be the most expensive one, and then the Study Bible is going to be cheaper, and the Armor of God Bible is going to be that one in the middle, and like I said, that's going to be the one that an older child might want to be taking into service, a teenager. So that's my recommendation. I really appreciate you watching this video. I don't know of a lot of people who have done this, who have taken Kids Study Bibles and opened them up. Any of these Bibles, if you look at the content and what they do to add in and help kids have context, and even help me have context when I study to teach kids, they're all useful, they're all helpful. But when you look at the durability, these two are going to win. When you look for the letters of Christ in red and a ribbon, these two are going to win. The cover, these two win. And since I did buy 3 of them, and I was worried about the durability of this one, especially with a child, I'm going to return this one because I would worry about it being ripped, but then also I want the letters of Christ in red. And that's my recommendation. Thank you for watching.